This is a theory question. What is critical damping? And there are 4 options. Now we know for a free damped vibrating system, the critical damping is nothing but the least amount of damping for which the system will not have an oscillatory motion. So the correct answer for this will be option B. The damping ratio of a single degree of freedom spring mass damper system with mass of 1 kg, stiffness 100 Newton per meter and viscous damping coefficient 25 Newton second per meter is. So a pretty straightforward question. Zeta is nothing but C by Cc. So since the mass and stiffness are given, we'll write it in this way. Cc is twice root km. So this is C is 25 upon twice under root. K is 100 and mass is 1. So this is 1.25. So the answer for this question will be 1.25. In a spring mass system, the mass is m and the spring constant is k. The critical damping of the system is 0.1 kg per second. In another spring mass system, the mass is 2m and the spring constant is 8k. The critical damping coefficient in kg per second of this system is. So first of all, here they have given the units of damping coefficient as kg per second. So you need not get confused. 1 kg per second is same as 1 Newton second per meter. When it talks about critical damping of the system, so we have Cc is twice root km. So we can write Cc for system 2 upon Cc for system 1 will be under root K2m2 upon K1m1. So this is nothing but under root. Now it says for the second system, the mass is 2m and spring constant is 8k. So we have this is 8k into 2m upon, for the first system, mass is m, spring constant is k. So this is km. So this is nothing but root of 16, which is 4. So we have Cc for second system will be 4 times Cc of the first system, which is nothing but 0.1. So the answer for this question will be 0.4. Which of the following statements are true for damped vibrations? Statement B. For a system having critical damping, the value of damping ratio is unity and the system does not undergo vibrating motion. So this statement is true. Logarithmic decrement method is used to determine the amount of damping in a physical system. So yes, we can do that. We can have an experimental procedure to find out the actual damping in a system with the help of the logarithmic decrement method. So this is also true. In case of damping due to dry friction between moving surfaces, resisting force of constant magnitude acts opposite to the relative motion. So when it is a case of damping due to dry friction, the friction force which is acting is nothing but the kinetic friction, which is of a constant magnitude and it acts opposite to the relative motion. So this statement is also true. For the case of viscous damping, drag force is directly proportional to the square of relative velocity. Now the viscous damping force is proportional to the relative velocity and not the square of the relative velocity. So this statement is false. So the statements that are true are P, Q and R. So the answer will be option C. Consider a single degree of freedom system comprising of a mass m supported on a spring and a dashpot as shown in the figure. If the amplitude of the free vibration response reduces from 8 mm to 1.5 mm in 3 cycles, the damping ratio of the system is. So this is a question on the ratio of amplitudes that are separated by n cycles. So what is that given by? We have log of x1 upon xn plus 1 is equal to n times of delta, where delta is a logarithmic decrement. So therefore delta is nothing but 1 by n log of x1 upon xn plus 1. So this will be 1 by 3 log of, now we have x1 upon xn plus 1. Now we know when you have a damped vibrating system, the amplitude will go on decreasing. So the initial amplitudes will be larger and the latter amplitudes will be smaller and smaller. So don't get confused while substituting the values over here. Here x1 will be 8 mm and xn plus 1 is going to be 1.5 mm. And so we get delta equal to 0.558. So we have delta equal to 0.558. Now we have delta is 2 pi zeta upon under root 1 minus zeta square. Now in GATE you won't be allowed to use a physical calculator. So this expression needs to be simplified. So we'll have 1 minus zeta square is 2 pi zeta by delta the whole square, which is nothing but 4 pi square zeta square by delta square. This is 1 minus zeta square. So we'll have 1 is equal to, we can have zeta square common, 4 pi square by delta square plus 1. So we can put in the values. So this is 4 pi square by delta is 0.558 squared plus 1. This comes to zeta square into 127.79. This is 1, and so zeta will be square root of 1 upon 127.79. So we get the value of zeta is 0.08846. Now we have to round it off to 3 decimals. So the answer will be 0.088. The equation of motion for a single degree of freedom system is 4x double dot plus 9x dot plus 16x is 0. The critical damping coefficient for the system is. So we'll compare this with the governing differential equation, that is mx double dot plus cx dot plus kx equal to 0. The critical damping coefficient is cc equal to twice under root km. So this will be twice under root. We have the value of k is 16. The value of m is 4. So this will be 2 into 8, that is 16. So the answer will be option D. The mass of a single degree damped vibrating system is 7.5 kg and it makes 24 free oscillations in 14 seconds when disturbed from its equilibrium position. The amplitude of vibration reduces to 0.25 of its initial value after 5 oscillations. Then the logarithmic decrement will be. So this question is actually revolving around the ratio of amplitudes that are separated by n cycles. So in fact, all of this information that is given in the first statement is actually not required for this question. To find the logarithmic decrement, all that we need to know is what will be the ratio of amplitudes that are separated by a certain number of cycles. Here in this case it is 5. We have log of x1 upon xn plus 1 is given by n delta. So delta will be 1 by n log of x1 upon xn plus 1. So this is nothing but the value of n is 5. This is log of x1. It says the amplitude of vibration reduces to 0.25 of its initial value. So this will be 0.25 x1. So this is nothing but 4. So the answer is 1 by 5 log 4. That is option C. A 20 kg mass is suspended from a spring which deflects 15 mm under this load. The value of critical damping coefficient to make the motion aperiodic will be. Now in this question, since the static deflection is given, we can find out what will be the natural frequency. So we'll use Cc is 2m omega n. That is 2m under root g by static deflection. So this will be 2 into 20 into under root g is 9.81 upon. Now this value is given in mm. So this will be 15 into 10 raised to minus 3 in meters. So we get the value of Cc is 1022.94 Newton second per meter. So the answer will be option D. A vibrating system consists of mass of 50 kg, a spring with a stiffness of 30 kN per meter and a damper. If the damping is 20% of the critical value, the natural frequency of damped vibrations will be. So we are given the damping ratio is 0.2, that is zeta is 0.2, and from the spring stiffness and mass we can find out what will be the natural frequency omega n. Now the frequency of damped vibrations is omega n under root 1 minus zeta square. So this is under root k by m into under root 1 minus zeta square. We have all the values. So therefore omega d equal to under root. Now k is given in 30 kN per meter. So this will be 30 into 10 raised to 3 upon mass is 50 into under root 1 minus zeta is 0.2. So on calculation we get omega d equal to 24 radians per second. So the answer will be option C.